by. Hey, I just want to show you maybe a new and easier way to do a task in your kitchen that we all do at some point. Having some friends over tonight. We're making chicken scallopini, and you know, the cutlets that you come from the grocery store. This is just from the butcher part of the grocery store, but they're pretty big, right? And you can't really do what you need to do by having a nice fillet of a chicken breast. And of course, you know, the grocery store, they've already got them cut. Maybe they're too thin, and they of course are more expensive. So I always think it's better to buy it the way it comes, and then you can shrink it down the size that you need, whether that's making these chicken breasts into chicken tenders or making them into chicken nuggets for your family by making something in the air fryer, or in this case, we're gonna slice them into fillets. These are our coating trays. I've got them all hooked together. In the middle is some flour and some salt and pepper. And this is our closing cut. So it's like a clamshell, and see, it kind of recesses down in there. It's a little springy. This is all dishwasher safe, but you can bigger pork chop. And if you want to even stuff it, you don't slice it all the way through. A chicken breast that you want to slice, you know, to stuff it if you want to, you can do that. But I'm going to slice these because I want my chicken to be that as opposed to this big thing, right? Which is kind of not what you want. Sometimes you want that. But the problem with that, even if you're grilling it on our grill pan on your stove or something like that, it's so big, right? One side is really thick and then the other one is really small. And so by the time, you know, one's done, the other one's not done, and vice versa. So anyway, this is the closing cut, super nice. And this is our 8-inch chef's knife. And so just make sure you dry it off. I kind of had these dried off. And then you just kind of put it in here, just like that. You don't have to put a lot of thought to it. And then all you do is put the blade down, cut through. There's a stop. You can't go past it. Perfect, right? Perfect every time. So if you've got, obviously I'm doing chicken breasts, I suggested pork chops, but what's also really great for it is you can do it in grape tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, even just grapes, the fruit, instead of doing each one individually, and it takes like forever to do that, especially if your kids are younger and you're constantly doing that, or you like to eat them as a snack. This is a lot better way to do it. So again, just kind of put the chicken breast in here, cut through, and you got perfect. I've got a few more to do, but I want to show you the coating trays. So the coating trays, there's 3 of them. You don't have to use all of them if you don't want. Use 1 or all 3. I've got in the middle, I've got some salt and pepper. I also got this out. This is our scale. They've streamlined the design. I love this. I love having a scale in my kitchen. I'm not always measuring out my food, but if you're a food measurer because you're on a diet, or especially if you bake, like I like to bake, and sometimes baking, especially the flour, depending on the weather, you know, it can change how much actually you need to bake. It's great for that. You can actually use it for postage. I've done that. But a couple weeks ago, a month or so ago, we went to Sam's Club, and I like butter, and I went over there to buy some butter, and they didn't really have any butter, you know, with all this stuff going on. There wasn't any butter, and I'm like, oh, geez, there's no butter. And then I found butter, and it was sitting there, and I thought, sitting there by itself, and I thought, gee whiz, that's great. So I bought all this butter, and I threw it in the freezer, and I went to take it out when I needed it for something. It's a pound. And you go, okay, Mary, it comes in a pound. I understand it comes in a pound, but it was a block. It was a pound. No measurements other than, hey, dingbat, you bought a pound of butter, and it doesn't tell you the stick. It doesn't tell you a couple tablespoons is a butter, and a big block of pound butter. And so I've been making things with that. So what I've done is I've used actually the scale. I've just put a piece of wax paper on it and weighed it off, right? Just so when I needed a stick of butter to make some cookies the other day, which I did, I was just able to just weigh it off, right? It's 4 ounces because that's what a stick weighs. And it was very helpful. So if I wouldn't have had this, I would have been eyeballing it. So anyway, that's the scale. But you see what I'm doing? This is just salt and pepper, and I'm going to fry this. I'll be back and I'll show you I'll show you what we're going to do with this when we make the recipe. I'm also doing a charcuterie plate, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you that. We're going to open up a bottle of wine. We're having some friends over. We're doing some Italian, and we're going to have some red wine. So I think, are you going to do, Warren, are you going to do the,
Yep.
Okay.
All right there.
This is, he's going to show you the wine opener, which is fantastic. We use it all the time in this house. We like to drink wine. And then he's going to show you the wine glasses, right? You're going to show him the tumblers.
Oh, well, I can.
Yeah, I think
we're...
that's what you're going to do. At some point, he's going to get with the program. So let me get it out of here. So tell him how you do it.
Well, really, it's pretty straightforward. You know, you just set it on top of the wine bottle. Just give it a squeeze. You know, it doesn't take much. You just, you know, more or less holding it in place. Push down on it. Pull it back up. Some come out a little easier than others. It's like any cork. Bingo. Voila.
It's always perfect, and show him how you can take it out of there.
Yeah, all I do, there may be a better way, but all I do is just this. I just reverse it.
And it pops right out.
And there's the cork. It's not you know, all
Perfect.
beat up. So you just take and go.
Usually have to put it,
You know.
that's the other side. Yeah. So let me just show you this. So this is the tumblers. The tumblers, you can buy them individually. Thanks, Warren. You can buy them individually. They're like a big mom's or dad's, but it's mommy's sippy cup. So you can see how the opening is, the top is, right? It's a stainless steel tumbler. It's got like a rubber gripper, so it's great. It doesn't sweat. It also, you can remove this if you like to. But you can also, I use it for vodka and water and Crystal Light. So those are the tumblers. You can buy them individually. They come in a set. If you buy them in a two, it comes in a cute little bag. And the bag is perfect. You can either, I think it's a great gift, right? You could buy the set, get the bag with it, and then the bag, a bottle of wine fits perfectly in that bag. What a nice gift. So that's that. I'll come back and I'll show you what else we're doing later on tonight.